What's going on? I'm Jonathan in Sports. Today we're going to talk about a lightning fast edge from USC. That's Drake Jackson. Now I've had a few people ask me to do a profile on him, so here we go. When I look at Drake Jackson, I just see like a guy that was sculpted to be a 3-4 edge rusher. Now at the moment he's pretty much just a situational pass rusher, but the tools are there to develop into a staple on one side of a defense. Drake Jackson's best trait is his burst and bend. You can get production out of them two things. They will get you only so far, but it's something that you can build off. There is a lot of developing left to do for Jackson. First thing that needs to get better is just his power. The speed is fine, but without being able to transition to power, you're very limited. He's going to have to bulk up and gain strength pretty much everywhere, from his hips, especially his arms and hands. The lack of power has really limited his hand counter, and without hand counters, you'll never be a high-end edge rusher, and you're probably going to struggle to develop new pass rush moves. So, day one of camp, he needs to be in the weight room. If I'm the head coach of the team that drafts him, I'm handing him right over to the strength and conditioning coach. I don't want to see it till you put 10, 15 pounds of muscle on, period. So beyond building up his strength, he's going to have to add some pass rush moves to his game, that's for sure. It feels like when his initial pass rush move doesn't work, he doesn't have a plan or just another go-to move to set up tackles. I don't want to beat up on this kid here, but most of this video will probably be like it has gone so far. But I want to slip in here that Jackson definitely has great lateral movement and flexibility. Not all pass rushers have that, so that's a tool. So with that said, if he develops some moves, I could see him being able to develop into a player that can rush inside and outside. It also helps having that flexibility with how some of these quarterbacks are moving around nowadays. Some of them are just straight up like running backs. So even though he has all those things, he just needs to overall improve. It isn't like they're unobtainable. Most prospects come in the NFL with these same issues. Some develop, some don't. I mean, that's what makes this so hard. I'm very conflicted with Drake Jackson. There's snaps where he plays with great effort and hustle. Then there's plays where I don't see the same effort. Players like Drake are the type of prospects that can make you look silly as an evaluator. You can come out and just kill it, but I can come out here and probably list all the issues, and most people would say, no bueno. Like, I just want nothing to do with this guy. Then you flash forward 2 years, and this guy's put on 20 pounds of muscle, and he's killing quarterbacks on the football field. So there's just no way of knowing if that will happen. I think you have to live with the player you see in college. Right now, Drake Jackson is a situational pass rusher. I can't trust him to set the edge on run plays. I can't trust him to get off blocks. On runs that go right at him, you'll get flashes here and there in the run game, mostly on stretch plays and wide zone where you can run stuff down. If you draft him, you have to be able to live with that as a floor. With all that said, I can't draft someone with any of my first 3-round picks that has these issues. I mean, there's obviously exceptions to that rule. If there's a prospect like, say, Kayvon Thibodeau, who just has elite athleticism in every sense of the word elite, you will take a shot on that boom or bust chance. With all this said, I wouldn't draft Jackson before the 4th round. Maybe if you have a ready-made defense already, you grab him mid-3rd. I think Drake should have stayed in school one more year, just build his body, develop his pass rush a bit more. Maybe he stays in school, he comes out next year, and he could be, late 1st, early 2nd. Now, he'll have to use that year as a depth player on an NFL roster. So, to summarize, Drake Jackson is a player with great get-off and bend and length to get upfield and pressure tackles on his speed rushes. Lack of pass rush moves and power will limit his inside counters. Overall, he's been very inconsistent against the run and pass, very up and down effort-wise. He rushes too high more often than I would like, and he struggled to get off blocks. He regularly lets tackles get into his shoulders, which results in snaps with no production. Jackson has very little hand technique and punch. He makes flash plays in the run at moments, but when plays are run at him, he has issues stacking the line, and technique as well. So I view Drake Jackson as a boomer bust prospect. His spotty effort makes me nervous, really nervous. But with the things that he's good at, I mean, they kind of give me hope that he can develop into a really good pass rusher. Time will tell on that stuff. I just think he needs time. He just needs to be patient with him. Give him a few seasons. A comp, say if he hits the NFL and develops like he could, a comp for him would probably be Marcus Golden. But as I talk about a lot of these guys, I mean, the foundation is there. These guys just are very undeveloped. A lot of these guys. And it's just, at this point, throw a dart at a board. I mean, it's a guessing game. it's all going to depend on the player, how much effort, and also not only just the player, the situation. Does he go to a team that's cycling out coaches? Is there no stability at all? That could really hurt him. So I just like to see him go to a team that's established, already good, has a coach in place that's going to be here, be around for the next 3-4 years. So he's really got a chance. And then if you do get in that situation, is Drake Jackson going to put in the work? Let me tell you something. It's really hard to put on 15, 20 pounds of muscle and carry it. But I like his speed. I think he can hold that weight. I like his frame. He's really long. Just prototype 3-4 edge. When you look at him, he just looks like a 3-4 defensive end. But who knows what the future holds. I'll be rooting for him, that's for sure, wherever he goes. If you're a fan of the team that drafted him, I say this quite often, just be patient with him. And you never know. I view him, like if you're a Giants fan, I view him a lot like Lorenzo Carter. Came in here with the speed, the length. Just, you hope he can develop the other stuff. So that's it for me. Like and subscribe. These take a long time. When I see the likes on my videos, it motivates me to keep going. So appreciate that. Everybody stay safe. Stay warm. It is freezing outside. This is ridiculous. Peace.